Morning students, welcome back to these online classes. Today I will take lesson number 2, Nelson Mandela, Long Walk to Freedom. Now this chapter is taken as just an extract from this book of autobiography of Nelson Mandela. Now in this chapter we see that it is a inauguration ceremony going on of Nelson Mandela taking the oath of the first president of South Africa, a non-racial government. Okay, he is the first black president of South Africa. As the ceremony goes, before his oath, the other two people take this ceremony oath as a first and second deputy president. Now, this ceremony time, it was taken with all the world dignitaries. All the world dignitaries had come, all the world leaders had come to congratulate him, to appreciate him for his hard work and getting this freedom. Now, as he takes his oath, he in his speech tells three things. That is, he says about his past, that how the past was, how people were discriminated on the name of racial, color. So he says that this system had to be stopped, and he had fought for this system, and finally they got freedom from this system, apartheid system. Second, he says about the present. Now, since we have got freedom, we have to build up this nation, because we all are same, we all are one, and we have to build up this country of ours. And in third, about the future events, that what all things he is going to do, and how what had happened will never repeat it again. That much things we have to do. So as the ceremony goes, he remembers that two national anthems were sung, one from the white side and second from the black people. Okay, so all these two national anthems were sung, and he knew that both the people, the white people and the black people, were not knowing the lyrics, the words of the national anthem, but he believed that one day, as the days passes, they will learn the lyrics and they all will stand together and sing the song. Even on that day, they sang the song. Everybody looked at the sky, because the Air Force had presented their power through the jets. They sent the colorful smokes in a rainbow fashion, and they drew the national flag of South Africa in the air, in the sky. All the army generals, whether it is Air Force, Navy and military, all three of them, they saluted Nelson Mandela after his oath. Now, when they saluted, he remembered that these are the people who used to give orders to their subordinates to arrest him, to take him to the prison, to torture him and all those things. But today, they are the people who are saluting him. He goes ahead and he says, in his speech, he says that all these things came up not within one day. It was the work of many, many people who had fought much before himself. He does not take the credit that it is he who has brought the freedom for the South African people. But he says it is the hard work and the courageous act done by the many people who have gone much, much before him. It was a long fight of 80 years. After 80 years only, South Africa got freedom from the whites, of their own people, of their own country men. He says that much before him, the people have gone, and there were many people. He takes some of the names of his people. Through him, he also was influenced. With him, he was with them. He was influenced, and he says that because of these people, he learned a lot of things, and he got strength, courage to fight for the freedom of the colored people. He says that the courage is not the absence of fear, but it is the overpowering to get victory over it. And he says that it does not come within one day. We have to build up this. We have to go on with this. Second thing, he says that no one is born with hatred. Of course, these white people were hating the black people. That's the reason that this all problems started. and he recalls back in the past that it was Anglo-Boer War from where this thing started. The Anglo-Boer War. After the Anglo-Boer War, the white people started torturing the black people and stopped all the freedoms of the black people. They were put away from them. They were not allowed to come to any theatre, to any park, to any restaurant, to travel in the train or bus like that. No, they were all stopped. And they were kept away from the houses. That means from the white houses, they were kept away, and they were always allowed to stay away from them and put them down. Always behaved like a slave. So it was a very inhumane behavior done by the white towards the black people. Imagine, they all are one countrymen. Okay, they all belong to South Africa, but still the white people always discriminated them, they always tortured them, they always punished them very severely, worse than the animals they were treated. And for this only Nelson Mandela fought for it. Now Nelson Mandela comes back to his present time, and he says that when he was small child, for him the freedom as a child was to think, to move around freely, to go to play, to go and do as he liked, to run about, to jump about, to climb on the trees and all those things. No, that was the freedom that he imagined. Obeying his parent, that all the things were there. By obeying the parent and doing all these kind of things was his freedom. But as he grew up, as he came to the college, then only realized that their freedom was taken away already before their birth. So he was a bit confused that now when he came to the college, he could see that he could not move around, he could not meet people, he could not go to the particular library, a particular lab, a particular teacher. No, everybody kept him separate. So he thought that this is not right. I have to have this type of freedom. I have to approach all these things. I have to know things about it. So people, he was kept away from these people, and he started fighting for this. Slowly he realized it is not only me or only I who was restricted from these places. Because there are other, his brothers, his sisters, his friends, everybody. So he started raising voice against the white people and asked why we are not allowed to enter into the library, to enter into the lab, to go to particular canteen and all those things. So he started asking questions, and from there he started raising the voice. He grown up, he got married and all. There also he found that it was not, there was no freedom of celebrating the marriage ceremonies. They were curtailed to one particular place, and beyond that they could not go. They could not celebrate it in a loud way by putting music and all those things. No, it was not allowed at all for them. It was everything restricted. So he just questioned why. Whereas the white people were enjoying like anything. In New Year celebration, Christmas celebration, whatever celebration was there, it was very loud and noisy. Whereas for the black people, everything was restricted. They were not allowed to do all these things. So he was a bit disturbed, and he started raising the voice. He joined the African Congress later on and started working for the freedom of the people slowly and slowly. Now as he was working, he was taken to the prison twice, thrice and all. There he realized that there are two obligations for a man. Okay, two obligations for a man. The first obligation was to look after his family, to look after his parents, to look after his wife, children and everybody. Okay. And the second obligation, he says, is that the obligation towards its country. That is, when country is suffering with something. Okay, just as he was saying that time it was the slavery. So he says that this slavery was very bad and this discrimination was there. So there it was his obligation to bring his country back from this slavery, from this discrimination. He has to remove this. He has to make people understand that we all are one. We are not separated. We all are of the same soil. So he said there are two obligations of the human being. He started working on it, and he went about it, and he tried to bring into the knowledge of the people about the freedom of the people. He fought for them. He was imprisoned for 40 years in the prison, with cut out from the other people. Slowly and slowly, it was brought up into the world stage. The other countries started supporting Nelson Mandela. The other countries started talking about the freedom of the colored people in South Africa. And slowly, slowly, he became a world leader, well-known personality in the world. Now, the world, also started pressurizing the South African government, that is the white government, to do something for this, and they started having the general election. Thought of having the general election, and then Nelson Mandela's party won with a majority, and slowly everything became normal, and this inauguration day came for the oath taking ceremony of the first black president of South Africa. I believe you might have understood the chapter. Thank you. Have a nice day.